Next topic would be application of robotics in defense. And for that, I would like to invite Sri Manas Upadhay, founder CTO D-Town Robotics Private Limited on the stage. So let's have a huge round of applause for him, everyone. Over to you, sir.
A very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manas, and we are back again today. Thank you for the dais, and I'm the co-founder and chief technology officer for D-Town Robotics Private Limited. We are a drone and robotics manufacturer, and to understand us better, I have a small video by which we can actually understand what we do and how we create it here in India proudly. So you can play the video here.
Part of our nation, the daily toil of our Jawans and Kisans defines resilience and dedication. These brave souls, our guardians and providers, work tirelessly against all odds, yet their vital tasks often lack the technological support they deserve. Recognizing this gap, we set out a mission of innovation, a mission of helping them, bridging the gap with cutting-edge technology. But who are we? TTR D-Town Robotics, a testament to the power of commitment, dedication, and a futuristic vision. Since our humble beginnings in 2018, we've revolutionized the world of technology, driven by a passion to create innovative solutions that redefine possibilities. Recognizing the reliance on human labor and its inefficiencies, we've developed advanced drones and ground robots for defense and agriculture, providing solutions to these crucial sectors. Introducing our products first, a versatile lineup of drones, each designed for precision and efficiency in agricultural and defense applications. Monal UAV series, a full-stack solution for surveillance and security, equipped with intelligent analytics and advanced features tailored to meet diverse operational needs. It performs pre-flight self-checks, robust UAV health monitoring, and provides real-time live flight parameters and video streaming. Safety features include return to home on low battery and lost communication. The Monal UAV series has 3 variants. Monal 1 kg payload, 20 to 25 minutes flight time, 2 km range Monal V20, 2K camera, 35 minutes flight time, 3 km range Monal V20 with 4K camera, 35 minutes flight time, 3-axis gimbal. Now introducing the Nuno UAV, a nano drone that breaks barriers of lightweight and license-free flying in India. This ultra-lightweight drone comes in 2 variants. 2K flight time, 22 to 25 minutes, less than 3 kilometers range. 2-axis gimbal stabilized camera, 4K flight time, 32 minutes, less than 4 kilometers range. 3-axis gimbal stabilized camera. The next drone is a Grow UAV that is tailored for farmers in agriculture to efficiently cover up to an acre in under 12 minutes. It excels in spraying organic fertilizers, micronutrients, and nano-urea. Compact and easy to carry. It features a 720p HD live video camera, a 15-minute flight time, and a payload capacity of up to 5 liters. With an operational range of 500 meters, a Grow promotes sustainable farming practices with 30% reduced pesticide usage, 40% water savings, and promises brighter, more prosperous outcomes for farmers. Our other range of product is an unstoppable UGV, a 4-wheel robot, Rhino. It emerges as a stalwart in defense, surveillance, and logistical support. It can carry payloads up to 500 kilograms and features a 720p HD camera for clear visual surveillance in various environments. From military operations to industrial logistics, Rhino stands as a formidable ally. Its rugged construction and advanced mobility enable it to navigate challenging landscapes, ensuring crucial support in both defense and civilian sectors. Behind this mission today, we have a team of 15 plus engineers and research enthusiasts. We've had our ups and downs, but we all know one thing. Failure makes us stronger. We've been putting in hard work for years, and in 2022, we finally received our very first recognition and awards. our biggest recognition was from Mission Startup, a show that acknowledged our dedication to integrating technology into daily work. We got the chance to showcase our products to top-notch investors and Rohit Shetty, gaining valuable insights and motivation to push ourselves further. As we look ahead, our hearts are set on making a profound impact by supporting our Jawans and Kisans.
Thank you so much for the time. So again, this is Manas Upadhay. I'm the co-founder and chief technology officer for D-Town Robotics, and we create drones and robotic solutions specifically in the field of defense and agriculture. And currently, today, I would be actually speaking about my products in the field of defense applications and how robotics is changing the industry worldwide. So you can roll down the presentation. I think it's the last page. Yes, it's the first. Okay, good. Yeah, so welcome everyone. And I would be actually sharing my brief in terms of how we are actually making the technologies in the field of defense and agriculture. So my topic would be emphasizing indigenized development for robotics in the field of defense. Talking about the company overview, we have been a manufacturing company which is based in Noida, Uttar Pradesh, with our areas working in the field of Mumbai as well as in Dehradun, Uttarakhand. The major aim for D-Down Robotics has been to indigenize and crystallize the manufacturing of drones and robotic systems here in India. And with our experience of almost 7 years, we are proud to say that now we are actually manufacturing almost 65% of the products in the drone category and almost 90% of the products in the robotics category here in-house in our Noida manufacturing facility. The major focus areas for us has been into the drones, robotics, and the custom solutions which we actually provided to you. The importance of drones and the robotic capabilities in terms of defense has been to enhance the capacities and the capabilities along with the safety and the cost efficiency features which can be actually deprived with it. One of the major features where we actually operate is to actually eliminate the interventions where humans are working right now, and how robotics and drone systems can actually work there and replace the traditional human beings by minimizing their interventions into these areas, but eventually focusing upon to the efficiency part where like they can actually work upon to the efficiencies and further can initialize on how these systems can be developed. So onto the slides where you're seeing this particular system, it has been a four-wheel drive recorded system which can be utilized for agriculture on a good scale in terms of orchards. So we have been seeing agriculture drones to and fro very far, and we have seen that like yes, there has been systems where like they have been doing 5 liters, 10 liters, 20 liters. But yes, we were actually approaching big and we were seeing what solutions which we can do in terms of orchards. So this has been a solution where we have been actually working in a 150-liter tank, where it can be actually one of the prominent solutions which can be used in the orchard sprayings and the sprayings where you're doing it for fruits. So starting from the frames, the capacities and the design, we actually design everything in-house, and you're seeing the initial and the final product in the actual documentations, where we actually work upon to the 4 different use cases in defense, which is into the space of surveillance and reconnaissance. We work on logistics and supply chain. We work on bomb disposals and OED determinations and search and rescue operations. So currently, one of the most predominant field for us has been into the search and rescue operations and logistics and supply chain, where we have already deployed and designed systems which can carry payloads for up to 500 kgs and can work around for a range of almost 5 hours with that particular system. So it has been actually designed with a mission of 100 kilogram and 100 kilometer range, which can be actually guided in a single charge by which you can actually do the system. So people often ask us how like the robotic vehicles work. So it has been similar to on how the drone methodology works. You can do autonomous navigation systems, you can do manual navigation systems, and you can actually combine all the different sensors which you do on drones, similarly to the robotic products. The major reliability actually is key. When you're seeing a drone product, it is majorly an aerial and a holistic view, which you're seeing as a bird eye view. We actually design solutions for the bird eye view and the fish eye view using the robotic solutions. Major specific applications where we have been actually working with the Indian Army has been border surveillance, been into the combat support and training simulations, because there have been areas where like we have seen majority of the casualties which has been happening to and fro over the years, and majority of the people have been focused, or you can say have been bound to take voluntary retirement due to it, where they actually poses some of the threats onto amputations. So we design these systems which can be actually integrated with all the different payloads which you can add on, including the search and rescue cameras, including different armaments, as well as the supply and logistic payload, which you have to actually carry initially into a burden, into a by your backpacks. But now you can actually carry these type of vehicles which can actually support you as a load hauler. Fortunately, or you can say unfortunately, right now, if you see, like the Indian Army has already decided to actually deploy some of the major solutions in the northern eastern border, and it has been like a very frugal narrative with the Chinese army itself, where like we are now trying to impose upon to a no Chinese policy, and that is where like D-Town's major mission and vision has been focused upon, where to actually eliminate the majority of the Chinese components and to actually push upon our indigenized systems, where we actually integrated and we have a full control over it to actually provide end-to-end customizations. Uh, so there have been three categories where we have been actually providing solutions. The first has been man-unmanned teaming. You can actually understand it like how the force was working into the fields in the past 20 years, and now how the force is actually working in terms of combining the technologies along with their uh, main characteristics, which is the actual power to actually take critical decisions at that very time. So what we are actually working upon is to actually combine these technologies so that these technologies can work all together in a form of man-unmanned teaming. So generally what we do is we combine the drones and the robotics solutions along with the troops who are actually controlling it, creating a first line of defense where these robotics and drone ecosystems can work together in the first line, and then the persons who are actually controlling it can be something which can be in terms of narrative whenever there is an emergency operation which is happening. The second point and the second most important crucial factor has been autonomous navigation, which has been actually been a need of an hour, where we have been actually providing our supports using the traditional GPS method, where like you can just put upon the waypoints and that product can go there and can do the sorties. So it is a single time programmable system where you can do border surveillance, patrolling, as well as search and rescue operations without having any other human intervention which is required. Uh, Along with it, what we have been actually focused upon was not to be a hardware company, but a full stack integration company where we actually support the customers with the hardware, software, analytics, as well as the storage solutions. So we are the only company in India which actually provides you with the drone with a private network. So when you talk about private network, is like everything which you are actually capturing from your drones or the robots are stored with you, and it's a small device which is just a shape of a suitcase which you can actually carry with you. You can store your traditional data up to 4 TBs there, where you can actually have your all the footages for almost 4 hours in 4K. Once the data is getting collected, you can actually come back to your base and you can actually analyze that data to perform critical operations. So when I talk about critical operations, everybody is right now confined to the spaces where they see AI as facial recognitions, vehicle number plate recognitions and everything. But what I am actually talking about, when I actually focus upon AI, it is more about what we can predict whenever we are actually operating into the first line of defense. So if these prediction methodologies can be actually increased, and that will be increasing by the actual advent where we are actually increasing the number of data which we have, it will be a prominent solution where we can actually push upon all the different methodologies and to actually provide real-time data processing over the edge. So currently there has been two different areas where the processing has been getting done, which has been into a hard kill, or you can actually do it on real-time onboard processing. So we are right now focused upon two solutions where we can actually provide onboard processing so as to actually eliminate that time where you have to actually go to your base and to do all the different processes in-house. So this has been the process which you see on the three pictures, where we have been actually full-fledged focused upon to the design of the product, then how to actually get it done, and then the finalization of the product in terms of the specifications, the work around temperatures and areas, and all the different considerations we have to do in terms of actually getting this product done into a go-to-market strategy. So currently the products has been focused into defense and agriculture, but yes, we have been actually like we have been looking upon to avenues where we can actually be a company which can provide solutions for public law enforcement as well as in the field of education. So because without education, it is more about like completing a loop, but it can't be completed without having that education core into it, because the manpower which we required in terms of operating these systems along with the repair and maintenance and the production part, it will be actually subscaled through India itself, and that will actually be the original picture which you can see over Atmanirbhar Bharat. So that has been the area where we have been actually looking upon to the indigenized development, where we have been focusing on self-reliance, where we have our own components and sub-component level systems along with the trained professionals who are able to actually achieve everything into it. The economic growth has been eventually been actually dependent upon it, because it has been the methodologies where we can actually produce it and be into a scale where we can export it to the other countries, where they can actually utilize into that technology stack and can actually build their own customized solutions over it. In terms of national security, you all have seen in the past 2 months, it has been a very haywire situation where like the data are getting encrypted. Everything has been shifting to a non-Chinese policy. The FDIs which are getting into from China to India has been stopped. So everything is actually coming into a single loop that they guess the elimination of that particular data privacy, as well as to actually enhance that capability that yes, we can have our own data can be actually secured to the fullest. So these have been the three parameters where our indigenized development has been working in terms of providing solutions to the defense. Because if we are actually selling anything to defense, it should be into a closed loop. There should be no open loop which has to be there from where the data breach can happen. So that has been the aim for us whenever actually talking about to an end-to-end stack solution. So for the case studies, so we were actually a part of 4 different exercises which we did with the Indian Army, which was the India Saudi Arabia exercise, which was India UAE exercise, India Japan exercise, and India US exercise. We recently did an India US exercise where we actually displayed and we had the privilege to actually induct our products into the actual traditional exercises, which were happening in between in between both the countries in the army officials. So we actually showcased our product there, and we got a very good feedback on how these systems can be actually been incorporated in the Indian defense. So right now, if you see, there has been a very good term called robotic mules, which has been already been introduced. So these are the same robots which has been actually getting used as robotic mules now to actually carry heavier payload into the forward areas, as well as like now the temperature will be changing and the weather is also changing. So that will be a very critical time when the force will be actually requiring supplies, and that is the time when these type of systems actually came into picture, where you don't have to actually worry about the maintenance part, you don't have to actually worry about the flying part, you don't have to worry about the aerial temperatures and environments. You can just have this vehicle as a 4x4 wheel vehicle similar to your vehicles or the cars which you are actually driving, minus a driver. So that has been the aim for us when we are actually initializing and expanding these facilities all across India. And hopefully you will be seeing this product particularly being getting used by all the different domains and all the different um, forward post areas where these things are getting operated. So, in terms of robotic systems, we have been majorly focused upon in terms of the design of robotic mules and ISR operations. For the drone product, we have just launched a product called DTR Nuno today, which is India's first 249-gram drone. It comes with a 3-axis gimbal and a 31 minutes flight time. It is a similar product which has been actually designed in the norms where you have an idea and design how to operate a DJI. The same methodologies and the same characteristics has been used to actually design this particular ecosystem, so as to actually provide that aid and to actually provide that freeness to the user, that like is anybody who has 2 hours can actually learn it and can fly it without a license. So currently we have restricted this to non-commercial applications itself, where we are actually trying to communicate and to circulate these systems to military, to public law enforcement, and to the government organizations. We are soon planning to actually launch some of the subscale model with some of the restrictions to the consumer application areas, where these can be actually utilized into a confined space, let's say into a space of 100 meters or 200 meters, and it can actually assure like you have all the pre-peripherals which are already been there and has been curated and has been followed by the pilot who is actually flying these systems. So for us, the future directions has been into the research and development initiatives. Being an R&D company, our main focus has been to actually design and detect novel solutions which we can actually provide to the network. Majorly, it's more about Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, and that is where we are actually trying our ways, where D-Town Robotics can be a solution provider who can actually work solely into these 2 categories and to actually provide optimum solutions. Majorly, we have been actually looking upon to the collaborations in the defense sector, where we have been actually looking upon to active partners who can actually take this vision from us and take it as a mission and take it forward to the areas where it is actually required at the utmost. We have been actually expanding our product lines, where we have been right now focused into defense and agricultural systems, but because we have been a platform manufacturer, we have been open to different application areas where we can actually provide those efficacies. So wrapping it up, thank you so much for the time. It's Manas Upadhyay from D-Town Robotics. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm open to questions if any. Yeah. Uh-huh. You can take a mic.
Recently, there are certain drawbacks that this drone faces. Like you can use jammers to prevent the drone coming in your area, right? So, how does your company manage this? Because you're giving this idea to the defense system, right? And how much promising your idea is to the defense
So
system,
we
right?
have been working with one of the major organization in defense itself for a product called anti-drone jamming systems, which is ADGS. It's a small chip which you can actually collect with your drones, and it can actually work as a secondary IMU and a secondary processor for you. So what it does is it have some predefined scripts. Whenever it actually comes into a vicinity where it is operating and it finds any of the anomalies into its EKF configurations, it actually switches it to the second microcontroller, and it's a sole manual controller. So what it does is it has a pre-programmed Perl script into it, which actually runs whenever it actually finds these anomalies, and it tries to actually move back from that particular position to the home position. It has been a singularly derived system where we are not using the GPS or a command navigation to it. So it actually provides somehow the efficacy in terms of working it into an anti-drone or a drone jamming affected area, where like you can actually recover your drone without having that hesitation that like it can be actually countered by other parties or the other boundaries.
And how much efficient is your technology? Like, if
So
there are jammer placed there,
yes.
and I, as a defense or you know, as a army official, I want to send my drone further to analyze the situation, and there are jammers placed by terrorists or any other foreign element. And how will your technology help
Yes.
so that
So
the drone
currently
can
there
pass
has
through?
been only one solution when you are actually working on a jamming based environment. It's a manual intervention which you can do over the drones. So our systems are also fully equipped with the manual intervention whenever you require it, and we can switch it from the GPS or the altitude holds to the manual modes where you require it. Along with it, it's been more about for us. It has been more about to actually push upon manufacturing, where we have been majorly focused upon to actually get into a price collective system where we can be economic as such as compared to the Chinese ecosystems we are getting right now into the industry. We have been working to and forth on to actually maximize the scale so that we can actually produce it into a larger manner. And once that production is being achieved, let's say we are trying to achieve a production of 1,000 units per month. Once that is achieved, then it's the very high time when we can actually compare those products all together. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Group Captain Ravindran.
Yes, sir.
Have you got into the procurement system of Indian Defence Services?
So,
I'm
we
talking about the MOD.
yeah,
How
absolutely.
effectively could you go into that?
Absolutely. So we have already we're trying to actually push it through IDEX DIO almost 3 years back, when we actually had one of the system which we designed for anti-mine and anti-bomb detections using the FOD traditional FOD systems by a sensor of arrays and the GPRs which we can actually attach with the particular system. That time it was taken by a big firm, so we were not able to actually take that in terms of the price economical values. This year we are going with ADB, where the problem statement has already been announced. We have already applied for it, and we are looking for some positive results from their side. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for the time.
All right, can we have a round of applause, everyone? Thank you so much for sharing those insights.